Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. Happy Saturday. I hope that the week has found you well and that you're enjoying your weekend. Hopefully you're off from work and all that stuff. Or if you are working, I'm hoping that, you know, it's not too... Right. I know I have to work tomorrow. Bummer. I don't want to. But, hey. We gotta make it do what it do, right? We gotta pay these bills. They ain't gonna pay themselves, right? So, anywho, if you're new to the channel, as you guys start trickling in, welcome. I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around and yeah, just catch the vibes. Hey, blessings, what up, girl? Hey, girl, hey, happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Runny Run, are you coming over here? Making your rounds? Hi, mama. Baby. Every time I go live, every single time. But anyway, yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, so that you can be in the know and be a part of the soul tribe that we're slowly creating here. Greatly appreciate that support. And for those of you who have already been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. I greatly appreciate you guys. So yeah, let's kind of get started. This is going to be a general collective message tonight. And we're just going to kind of see what comes out. I got called to pull from a few different decks, and we're going to just kind of see where Spirit guides us tonight with the information that we're going to receive. Also, for those of you who watched my live, when was that? Was it? I think it was Wednesday. Guys, it was such a good reading. It was a really good one. I'm so mad. I was hoping that it would come back, and it never did. Somehow it deleted itself when I went to go try to post it. I got out of the thing, like for those of you who use YouTube, like you get out of there and then out of the reading or whatever, not the reading, the live stream, and then there's only one button that you can press, and then after that it redirects you to your stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, like I normally do, and like go into my live videos or whatever, so I could change the settings, right? And the shit wasn't there, but the live highlight was there in the shorts, and I'm like, where the fuck is the video? I was going nuts. I was about to cry. I was so fucking mad. But it is what it is, like it was a good reading. Those of you who were able to catch it, I'm happy you got a chance to, because it's gone. The archive does not exist. So I've checked, the studio thing, all that, more than once, several times throughout the days. It is what it is. It's gone. But whatever, fuck it. Fuck you, YouTube. But yes, so let's get started. I felt drawn to the archetype cards for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, not sure why. I haven't used them in a while, but I felt drawn to them. Hi, Vicky. And then we have Lev asking, what is the meaning of life? To be honest, life is what you make it. That's my answer to that. We're in control of it. So whatever you make of it, you create your own meaning. All right, guys, let's get started. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Clearest and most accurate messages, please, and thank you. Let's split this deck and see what we got going on. This is giving me that this might have something to do with a little bit about like inner child stuff already, but we shall see. All right, so we have advocate here. Maybe you wanted somebody to advocate for you when you were a child. It says light attribute inspires you to put compassion into action. And it also says shadow attribute, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. We also have child, magical. Light attribute, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Interesting. So I am kind of getting maybe this energy of maybe as a kid, if that resonates at all. Maybe there were certain things that you aspired to do, aspired to be, and you got like that reality check from like family, parents, whatever, say you can't do that, you have to do this, this, and that. That kind of shooting down your ideas and things like that, your dreams. Interesting. We shall see. We're gonna dive deeper. That's what I'm getting so far. Some of you guys might be big on the arts. Maybe that's one of the things you really wanted to do, but they kind of said, artists don't make any money. You gotta do something different. I'm getting something like that. Like, I'm not gonna support that dream. You're gonna go to school for medicine or something. I don't know. Keeping you on like a straight and narrow path is what I just heard. Alchemist. So it says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. The shadow attribute, misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Interesting. So you making sure you're using your power for good is what I'm picking up on with that one. Hey girl, hey, check out my girl Intuitive Interactions. I love her. That is the Buki right there. What's up, Buki? We have gossip here. It says light attributes, awakens consideration for feelings of others, honoring trust, interesting, and shadow attributes, thrives on power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So I'm hoping that you guys weren't the ones misusing something. I'm not getting that, but maybe there was somebody around you who did. Interesting. Monk or nun. Some of you guys might have had issues within the church growing up. Let me know if that's making any sense. Interesting. Maybe some of you guys, there were certain things that you were interested in that the church says, you can't do that. What I'm doing right here would be considered as one of those things, right? Yeah, so we shall see. Blessings said what I thought it posts and gets on. Yeah, exactly my point. Blessings. I've done a gazillion freaking live readings at this point, or live streams in general, and I'm just like, how the fuck is it not there? Like I said, the live highlight is in the shorts. Like I could post that if I wanted to, but you have to say yes, I want to post that. So I'm just like, what the heck? It's gone. I'm so upset because it was such a good reading, but it is what it is. Like I said, the people who are, I guess, meant to see it, they saw it, and that's all that matters. We have Blessed One. Hello. This is just a general message, my love, and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Hopefully you decide to stick around. Like I said, this is a collective message, guys. It says it in the title as well. And yes, I got my sister right there, Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. La T, where you sure enough never know what you're gonna get. Love you. Thank you for being here. But yes, so yeah, it never came back, La T. I'm sad. I'm trying not to think about it. I'm hoping that this one posts. I hope I don't have another issue, but technology has been siren outside. You're not gonna hear it because the air conditioner is on. There's a siren going by. Technology has been weird. I will say that. Okay, so we have King here. It says light attributes, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And we have shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. I'm getting ruling with an iron fist. For some reason, I know there's a father card within this deck, but I'm getting that because we are picking up on, or we started to pick up on like childhood stuff. So I'm not sure if this is something about a father figure growing up, someone who really, like I said, this is a little louder than I was expecting it to. It's only on 10. But yeah, really, like I said, ruling with an iron fist, very strict. Everything had to be a certain way, kind of thing. Like, oh, if you're going to school, you're going to go to school for this, this, and that. You're not going to school for that bullshit type of thing. Let's say if you wanted to go to school for fine arts, they weren't going to support that, is what I'm getting. Because we did see that artist card that came up too. Like, keep in mind, this is a general message, so, take the messages as they resonate. What is this here? But right here we have Midas and Michelle. Ooh. Maybe some of you guys wanted to be like an entrepreneur. Have victim underneath that. Interesting. But you're liberated from that. So whatever this hold was from this person. See, I'm telling you, something about the arts. Something about the arts. So maybe you guys use your words to express with symbolic language. Let me know if any of this is resonating. Yeah, mystic. Remember I was saying something about, I was picking up on like this energy of like, I was getting a couple different narratives. One could be the idea that like, you know, your career path was almost like picked and chosen for you. Like they would not have supported anything, like your parents or whatever, would not have supported anything outside of certain types of things. So like they wanted things that were more practical. That's what I'm picking up on. And then the other thing I was picking up on is some of you guys might have wanted to kind of look into other like, you know, spiritual paths and were shunned for it and couldn't do that because we have mystic here. So it's given like a sense of like, you know, working with the divine, right? Up close and personal, I just heard. And, you know, they might have said absolutely fucking not. You know, it's so weird. What did Lati say? It happened to you too? Oh my goodness. So it's YouTube then. Wow. I really hope this one posts when I put it up and be fucking mad if it doesn't. And the thing is, it's like I wouldn't mind doing like pre-recordeds again, but like I feel like they don't get the same traction. You know what I mean? Like that's so weird. So it happened to you guys too. It's like it's almost like they don't want us to get our messages out. That's wild. I heard silencing. Silencing our creative abilities? Question mark. Our artistic abilities, our voice. Oh, thank you. We're gonna rise above that shit. Every time I see this card, I'm like, there's no light attribute to this, but whatever. We're gonna rock with it. Prostitute. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Interesting. I don't see how you can possibly do that, but okay. I mean, I'm not judging. You know, what people have to do is what people have to do. But shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So, you know, if bands make you dance, make sure you're also doing it because you enjoy it. I don't know. Or maybe sometimes we have to, let's dive deeper into that. Maybe it's not literally, you know, prostitution, right? Let's read it intuitively. Maybe there are things sometimes you don't want to do, right, that are kind of below you, but making sure that you still keep your integrity intact is what I'm picking up on. There might be things that just, you know, don't sit well with you that you do, and you're just like, if it really, really doesn't sit well with your spirit and, you know, what it is that you're trying to do, this is what I'm picking up on. As long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but at the same time, if it's really draining you and taking away from you, you have to remove yourself from it. That's what I'm picking up on. We do have wow, a lot of child cards. Magical is there again. Child and nature. You guys really love nature. Everybody loves nature even when you were a kid. Really caring about like animals and stuff like that. Slave. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear or making your own choices. So that's why that prostitute part is there. It's like there's certain things that, you know, are well natured within, you know, what it is that you actually have interests and stuff like that, and that are not bad for you, and things you would love to, you know, look into and entertain more, things that you've, you know, had interest in since you were a kid. Whereas there's certain things that you're kind of almost feeling forced into doing because you don't want to ruffle feathers is what I'm getting. It's very interesting. I don't like it. I'm telling you, something about the child, the inner child is coming up in this reading. We have child, orphan. Um, like attributes, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. See, that goes back to that prostitute card. Shadow attributes, feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation. And I said something about feeling stifled. Seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Interesting. Wow, this is gonna get deep. I was just trying to do something cool today on a Saturday, regular schmegular. But Spirit was like, nope, we got some other things in mind for you today. um, yeah, no, thank you. We gonna fight through it. Fight the power. Hey Aya, aka Veronica, what's up, my girl, my sister? I love when my sisters pop in. Check my girls out, by the way. So we have Latif from Tears and We Tarot Show. We have my girl Intuitive Interactions, and we have Veronica from Aya Inspired Tarot. Check my girls out. These are amazing people and amazing readers that you will not regret, checking up on and seeing what they. Here again, officially on the spread. But yeah, these are people who I go to for guidance. So I'm telling you right now, if you like the vibe here, you're gonna love it there. Because those are some really gifted sisters right there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Gifted, okay? Whole different level. They could do things that I can't do. I can tell you that right now. They're amazing. So yeah, like I said, I look up to them. You know what I mean? I'm like, those are my home skillets right there, my home slices. Love you guys. But yes, child is here, magical. We talked about that already, like that innocence that we have as children, right? That belief that we can do anything, we can conquer anything. It's like family comes and knocks it down, smacks it to the ground. Starve. That brought me back to like high school. Somebody like knocks something out your hand. Starve. Assholes. Definitely went to high school in the early 2000s. People were assholes back then. Ooh. On the bottom of the deck we have the blank card, which is like you're able to make your own archetypes or whatever. So think about it, meditate on that a moment, and think to yourself, what does this mean for me? What does this look like for me? The Fool. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. The shadow attribute, using humor to wound rather than liberate. Interesting. Denial of your emotional truth. I will say, I heard the word jester too. Do some of you guys, and I'm guilty of this, do some of you guys self-deprecate a lot? That could stem back pretty far. For some of you who do happen to be that person, like poking fun at yourself, so that it's almost like so that other people don't laugh at you too. What the hell is that? I can see like a little bit through the bottom of my air conditioner. What is that out there? And I hear like a banging sound. What the fuck is that? It's about to rain, so you better bring their ass in the house. I'm telling you, something about this child energy. So we have child divine. It says, see, as it says something about like that innocence, right? Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. I'm getting that you guys have been gifted since childhood, like, and had a lot of gifts that you wanted to explore, and they were shutting that shit down. I mentioned something like that a little while ago. This is just confirmation. Shadow attribute, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Interesting. But shit, in this case, 1919, as I'm saying that, I almost feel like the negative force is the family. And again, this is a collective message, my love. I'm happy that you decided to subscribe, but this is not free readings at this time, just a collective message. All right. One more from here, and then we're going to pull from some other decks as well. Detective. All right, let's see what this is talking about. Great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. You guys were like, ew. I am starting to see the truth of my circumstances. I'm seeing that there's this veil that is like hiding things, and now I have to remove that veil or lift it. And you started to do that. You might have started doing this very young, realizing that this is all a fucking sham. You know, what is that noise? What are they doing out there? Oh, it's a fucking kid throwing a ball at the goddamn fucking side of the building. They better not do that near my mom's room. I know that. I might have to go out there and be like, hey, can you not do that, honey? In a very nice way, because I don't want to get beat up by nobody's parents or anything like that. Hey, do that shit next to your apartment. We have voyeurism and falsifying information. Interesting. Interesting. So, yeah. Uncovering false information I'm getting. Understanding that, you know, again, a lot of the stuff that we're taught when we're kids, it's a sham. And we're supposed to, abide by these different, like, ideals and things of that nature. And what is this? A dilettante here. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. The shadow attribute, pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So I'm getting, again, this energy of being gifted, right? I definitely picked up on the arts earlier, more than once. Yeah, on the top of the deck, you can't make it up. So definitely something with the arts. Again, it might have been a path that, like a career path or something like that, that wasn't supported much. And now it's like I said, there's two different narratives. It's the not being supported much when it comes to the idea of your career path, especially if you were into the arts and are still into the arts. And then we have this path of wanting to explore mysticism and stuff like that a little bit. I might have to really go out there. I really don't want to do this. I don't like to tell people's kids not to do stuff. I'm not to say it very nicely. And then that child and nature card is out again as well. Alright, that's it from this deck. And now we're going to read from... feel drawn to these next. I just have a few different decks that Spirit drew me to. Please stop playing out there right by my fucking window. Like, there's so much space. There's a building that's completely unoccupied over there. It's over there. Play in the grass. There's grass over there. Why are you hitting the ball against the fucking building right now? And it's like, the thing is, it's not 10 o'clock, so it's like they technically could do whatever. You know what I mean? But, like, I wanted to just, like, gently say, hey, do you mind going that way? Where there's nobody? Why? And say, oh, I work nights and I need my sleep. Well, my mom does work nights. I'm sure that she can't hear it where she's at in her apartment, but still, it's just the principle of the matter. They don't know that. But children will be children, right? They don't mean anything by it. They don't know any better. Alright. Let's see. So we're going to get a few from here. If you guys are resonating with this message so far, let me know in the comments. Or with your reactions. Hit that like button. All that stuff will, help support the channel. And let me know that you are resonating with the message. Alright. Mice. Don't like it. No thanks. So it's giving, like, this energy of, like, deception, sneaky gossipy people, stork. That usually represents good news, but with those cards kind of, in this sense of juxtaposition here, I'm getting, like, there's people just talking. They run their mouth a lot. They always got something to say. Yeah. You might have ended some of these relationships with some of these people. Often is there. Alright, so let's get all 4 cards from here too, Spirit. Let's see what Spirit's working with over here. Thank you. Whenever we were talking about, like, everything's a fucking sham, right? It's like all these things that we're taught, starting out so young, and we have to, like, unlearn those things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Clover. So you might have Irish in your ancestry. I'm picking up on that for some reason. I feel like every time I see this card, I say that. But I am picking up very, very, very heavily on that for some reason. Book. You might have did things by the book for a long time, and now that you're stepping away from that, you're stepping into your own world in a way. And not everybody likes it. But this is what you're kind of guided to do at this time, and it's good for you. Bear is here. That's good protection, big time protection. You're protected in the process. I'm also getting maybe breaking generational curses. So again, like, if one of the things that you're resonating with in this narrative is like, oh, I had to always be like this prim, proper, like, had to, go to school for this and that, and I had to excel in these things, blah blah blah, but it wasn't really your speed, it wasn't really your thing. Maybe somebody who passed on has been like kind of nudging you, saying, hey, we're kind of almost giving you permission to break that chain. It's time to be able to say, okay, yeah, they're gonna talk shit, they're gonna gossip about it, and that's fine, but at the end of the day, we're not gonna stay bound and chained to things that no longer serve, whether it's belief systems or whatever, different ideologies. Like, for what? That's what I'm picking up on. That sounds amazing. Come to your house, blessings. Can I come over? That sounds good. You had me at oxtail. The first thing my blind ass saw, I saw oxtail. I had to read that whole comment. Wait, what? Oxtail. Ooh, child. And lamb? Oh, man. Have Ryder here. Yeah, it's like going on a quest. I'm getting a quest of, like, your higher self. I keep hearing the word inner. Quest of your highest self, your most inner self. What really makes your heart sing? I heard that some of you guys might be singers or enjoy singing. That might be another thing that got shut down as far as dreams that you might have had. Yeah, but you're sailing away from that shit. Moving on. Yeah. Shedding. With the snake here. You're shedding. Yep. There were things you were committed to. Family included, right? That's a commitment. And you're realizing, I gotta move on from this. This is just not... I'm even getting, like, I'm now picking up on, like, Hierophant, too. Like, your value systems have changed over time. What you were taught, right? It's melting away. Is the word I just heard. Oh, as I say melting away, I look. Blessing said, "You're melting your mouth." Woo! I know that shit busting. I love me some lamb and I love me some oxtail. Ooh, child. I always wanted to try to make both, but I'm like, I ain't got the money to be fucking it up and be mad as hell when I don't make it right. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. So I'll stick to going to restaurants for that for now. I'm pretty ambitious about the things I make, but certain things I'm a little nervous, like, because like it was expensive, and I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make a tomahawk steak, for instance. I'm like, if I fuck this steak up, I'm pissed. You know what I mean? Or filet. Well, I've made filet mignon before. I did. I wrapped it in bacon and then made what was it? A Sauvignon Blanc, not Sauvignon Blanc, a Sauvignon what you call it? Reduction sauce on top. It was good. I think I also made one with I crusted one with Parmesan before too, Parmesan and garlic. That was good. So I made it like 2 or 3 times. That was blazing. We have the coffin here. We saw it before too. Yeah. There's these endings happening, right? You're realizing, like, I have to put an end to the things that no longer serve, right? You're rising above it. And if there was anything that was keeping you kind of mentally fogged, that fog is lifting too. I'm also getting imagination. Imagination. SpongeBob. As I see this, head in the clouds, right? It's like, some of you guys might like to make some clouds. A lot of artists do. But yeah, I'm getting that too. Your imagination is running wild is what I'm picking up on. And that's not a bad thing, yeah. I'm getting some of the stuff that comes to you in terms of your creativity might really be from like source too. I'm getting something like that. Ooh, oyster mushrooms. Nice. Yeah, I love how you like always like try to create stuff. I'm like, that is so cool. Fox. Cunning, right? Yeah. Very cunning. So we gotta be careful, right? About people who are cunning, who will try to ooh, that sounds good. Curry mushrooms with steak. That sounds amazing. Oh my god, you guys are making me hungry. I wasn't even hungry a second ago, but y'all making me hungry. Usually I'm hungry when I go live. I wasn't hungry this time. House. I am not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. And I climb the stairs and turn the key. Oh, please be there, saying that you're still in love with me. Let me some Luther. Tell me, fat Luther or skinny Luther? Who's better? Let me stop. Nah, he was the man no matter what. Yes, but look at this. We have house, and then we have child. So we saw a child before too. When I jokingly said children will be children. Yes, definitely stemming back to that foundational kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Luther's just the man. I love him. Oh my god, I love him so much. My son does too. One of my favorite songs. Give me a reason to want you back. Why should I love you again? You know, tell me how to forgive and forget. Give me. Okay, sorry. So you have stars here. Yeah, the stars are aligning for you, right? You're meant to be a fucking star. You're meant to like shine, and not in the way that they want you to. You're meant to shine all on your own. Yeah, Sith. Like you can't be the martyr of your family anymore. You're beating yourself to death and you're in pain because of what they're telling you to do. Like, no, you gotta cut that shit out. You gotta cut it out. Wow, that's so interesting. Because it's time to be able to embrace who you truly are, right? Like, it's your time to shine, not stay in the shadows anymore. Do everything that everybody's been telling you, oh, you have to do it this way. Like, no. Alright, the next deck that I'm going to pull from is the Love and Money. I don't know why I felt drawn to those because it doesn't seem like it fits with anything here, but we might find messages that resonate with what you've been seeing, or you just might resonate in general. Because it doesn't seem like, honestly, none of the decks that I felt drawn to seemed like they would mesh together, but apparently Spirit wanted me to pick those decks. So I'm like, okay, we're going to rock with it. Yeah, no exit. Yeah, there's like something that you felt committed to and you feel like you're stuck, you're trapped. I'm just gonna read it intuitively unless I feel called to read the card itself. But yeah, you felt, and we saw that ring card, which is about commitments. And, in this case, the commitment isn't love, right? The commitment, I feel like, is just being committed to saying, oh, I have to be this way for my family. That's what I'm picking up on. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? But yeah, let's see. Let's do some shuffles, and then we're going to get like maybe 3 to 4 cards from here. We are going to read from tarot as well, but we'll see how Spirit guides on that, because Spirit has been like really pulling with this, or pushing these Oracle cards. And I typically don't do like whole readings just with Oracle, but you never know. Spirit might be like, that's what they need to hear and what they need to see. Infidelity, oh no. No thanks. reading this intuitively, especially because there's one part that stuck out to me. Social circles encourage infidelity and temptation surrounds you. It's giving me like, again, reading this intuitively, because this is not a love reading, right? We're not picking up on that at all in this reading. What I'm getting is it's like you're being dishonest with yourself, or you feel like by not doing what your family has told you that you're, practicing infidelity to them, right? Because it's about loyalty. And if you're not being loyal to them, it makes you feel like you're a bad person. Yeah, and then you feel fucking trapped. That's not fair. And it's pretty effed up, you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't want to feel abandoned. You might have felt already abandoned because of the fact that, they might have did the whole like guilt tripping and like, if you don't do this, this and that, then we're gonna disown you. So blah, blah, like, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna give a quick little tidbit of myself. You guys know, like, if you know, you know, I share stories and stuff. I have been struggling a lot with going like and putting my tarot reading services and stuff on my personal page. I've been struggling with that for years. I've done it on occasion, but I have more friends on there now that are family and or co-workers and stuff who I know are very religious. And then I get in my head about it and I'm like, oh no, they're they're going to chide me for what I do. And I don't want to deal with it. So what I do, I hide in the shadows and just do this. And that's not fair to myself, and it's not fair to other people, because I'm doing myself and others a disservice by not putting myself out there fully. I'm not being my authentic self. And I feel like you guys might feel like that too. And that's not fair. I've been struggling with this a lot lately. Because I want to leave my job. And I mean, I don't want to necessarily, make a bunch of money off of tarot. That's not my intent. But like, I do what I do and I do free stuff all the time. But if somebody wanted actual services with me, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not begging anybody to come, get services. Like, if you want a reading, come to me directly. Like, my contact information is there. It's your own thing. It's your own business. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. Like, I pay for readings from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If someone's gifted and they do charge, it's energy exchange. There's nothing wrong with it. But there is that little part of me sometimes that feels guilty about it too. And Ren, don't start. Is that a message, Ren? Could be. But like I said, I'm doing myself a disservice because I'm not able to help as many people as I could because I hide in the shadows. Does that make sense? So maybe you guys feel very similarly. Let me know in the comments if that makes any sense to you. But Spirit wanted me to put that out there. So that message hits. Yeah, worried about condemnation. Worried about what people are going to say about you, pointing fingers and getting judged. Fuck them. Easier said than done, I know. I'm saying that now, but I'm still going to be a little coward and not fucking post anything on my social media. There you go. Other than on my business pages, which I don't use that much either. So, yeah, again, infidelity is here. So look how thick this damn deck is, and look at the cards that are still showing up again. Is condemnation here twice? No fucking way. Is that a mistake? Yo. This is one deck, guys. And I don't think are the cards doubled up in this deck? I don't think they are. I think this deck came with two of the same card, and I promise you, it's not two decks put together. What the fuck? I've never seen this happen before. I just got major chills, bro. And mind you, the number on there is 47. What? That's 11. This is, wow, oh my God. Like, literally, the hairs are standing up on my arms and on my legs right now. This is crazy. Guys, I've literally never seen this happen before. I've never had a deck of cards where they gave me a copy of the same card twice. This is not a doubled up deck or anything like that. What the fuck? I've never seen that before. That's crazy. What? And I guess that's why Spirit wanted me to pull from this deck. They had a message. What the hell? Bad news is on the top. And that one's a 46. So it's given like 10 of swords. It's like, there's these endings happening. They could point fingers all they want, but you're getting pointed in a new direction. Nope. Rejection. I used to say that all the time. Rejection. What the fuck? Yeah, you're rejecting all this bullshit. That is wild. I have to remember that timestamp. 41:14 I looked up. I'll have to go back a few seconds for that. Like probably like 30 seconds or something. But, ooh, what the fuck? And then that will represent change and new beginnings too. So it's like, god damn, what is happening? Wow. You're ignorant is still that's on done. What the fuck? Yo, I've never seen that happen before. Like I said, it'd be one thing if I put two decks together, like same deck, and then like, okay, that makes sense. But with it, it's a mistake on their end. It's a printing mistake. They put that same card in here twice, and what the fuck are the odds that that card came off and showed itself? What the hell? That is crazy. Got two cards that came out. I like it. So, ooh, that number 11 is showing up again too. Yeah, it's time to be independent, right? Do shit for yourself. Not worried about everybody else. No thanks. Evaluation criteria. You're paying attention. You're like, if things are making me feel like I'm missing out on my opportunities, you're reevaluating shit and you're like, yeah, I'm good on that. And again, 56 is not here, 11. So it's like, it's giving that energy of like, you're realizing, there are things that are holding me back from where I'm trying to go. Yeah. No exit. I'm going to find one. They're going to learn today. I'm going to jump off the side. I'm going to let God carry me the rest of the way. Unexpected events, given like tower moment. Sheesh. Yeah, I might be really working on saving some money too. Especially if this is one of those situations I was picking up on, like, family trying to hold money over your head. I did pick up on that earlier. Like, oh, you're going to be in the will or something like that. Pretty fucked up, right? Like, it's not that deep, but for some people it is. And these are things that literally happen all the time. That shit's not cool, bro. Alright, let's get like two more from here. Contracts. So we have that energy, right? Again, commitment, contract. Like there are it literally says karmic bonds. There are karmic bonds that are being closed out. Closing out that shit. Putting an end to it. Yep. And they're going to be like, what? When you do it, right? Because you're remaining flexible as you change. You're going through these ebbs and flows of life. You're like, I'm just going to have to do what I got to do for myself. I can't sit here and be dwelling on what other people want me to do and shit like that. No. That just ain't going to work for me. So, will I feel maybe a little bit alone sometimes? Because some people might act funny after that. 11 is on here again. With 29 adds up to 11. Yeah, there are karmic lessons, right? Karmic bonds that are being closed out. One more from your spirit. You know what's funny? I'm not taking all these cards, but look what's here. Remember I said something about the gossip card earlier? So we got that gossip energy again. Hey Michael, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, okay, wait, hold up. These cards came out for a reason. I wasn't going to take all of these, but maybe I will. Yeah, I'll take them. So we talked about that gossip energy, right? As you're doing your own thing, you're like, fuck it. They're going to talk. People are going to talk regardless, right? And they're going to be looking at you like, oh my God, it was so catastrophic. Look what they're doing. Like, no. You're doing what the hell you're meant to do and what makes you feel happy. You're not going to sit here and, make an oath to everything and everyone else without, making an oath to yourself. That's the bad news. That's for them, not for you. Yeah, you're your own fucking secret weapon. Okay, like you're about to, you know. It says, quietly, deadly, a silent strike. Reveal the arsenal of the unseen, unseen by foes ready to be unleashed. Like you're like fuck this. Like I am going to make shit happen, and I'll blow up every fucking thing if I have to. When I say blow it up, I mean like their perception of who they thought you were and who you were gonna remain. That shit's dead and gone. I actually feel inclined right now to read. I haven't done it with any of the other cards. I didn't feel inclined to do so, but I am going to read this one. They have like little quotes here on the top. So let's read it. It says, "I'm battling my insecurities and re-examining our relationship. It's it is life altering and also extremely empowering at times. I struggle, but I know you are my secret weapon." And you meaning you, literally you. You are the secret weapon. And like I said, you are re-examining relationships and stuff in your life and realizing, you know, you're going to have to blow some shit up a little bit. You're going to have to blow some shit up. Yep. Don't worry about comparisons. You know, you can't compete where you don't compare. Yep. Remain flexible during these times of learning yourself, self-exploration. Yep. And understand that you're not doing anything wrong to anyone. If anything, you're doing a disservice to yourself by, you know, staying in circumstances that you're not happy in. That's what I'm picking up on. Again, are you picking up what I'm putting down, guys? I hope so. Yeah, because it's time to find harmony within yourself. This whole deck fell, what was it? Was it yesterday? I was pissed. Because all the cards were literally all over the fucking floor. Because I only have it, like, secured with a little scrunchie or whatever. And they fell all over the place when I was moving something. I was like, you're so good. But look how the cards fell. You know, harmony here in the bottom before I even do anything. We have someone, Madhu. Hi, how are you? This is just a collective message, honey. Yeah, there's going to be a time of loneliness. Isn't there a song called Four Seasons of Loneliness or something like that by Boyz II Men? I forgot how it goes, but I feel like there is a song named that might resonate with somebody. Maybe you like that song, you like Boyz II Men. Let me know in the comments. Family, definitely about family. You're in the middle of the day. And thank you for your subscription, Madu. If you decide to stick around, maybe there's a message here for you. But if not, totally understandable too. Like I said, I'm just not doing free messages or anything like that this time. But anybody who has subscribed this evening, thank you for your subscriptions. Despite this being, you know, a general. My goal is to make sure that, you know, I provide you guys with messages that are resonating and helpful. Based on what Spirit is guiding us to talk about. Let's see. Wheel of Fate. Fate, continuously moving in a cycle or completely breaking free from a certain loop. Yeah, you're breaking free of the chains that have helped you bound, right? We talked about that. Yeah, and you might feel a little bit lost, a little empty, but it's okay. Yeah, look at that. Talking about that that loyalty with the dog card here. Like, hey, you remained loyal, and now you're realizing you're the solution to your own problem now. Realizing that you have to make a choice, and that choice is yourself. Finally, after doing everything for everyone else and trying to remain loyal to what everybody else is telling you to do, like you're realizing I can't do it for everybody else all the time. I can't do it for everybody else all the time. It's given, what about me? You know what I mean? Yeah, relax. Relax. Don't do it. Relieving stress or tension and relaxing by distancing from intense thoughts. They're definitely giving like this energy of just relaxing your mind. What makes you feel at ease? Whether it's music, again, some of you guys might be artists. If that's the case, you know, how do you explore your artistry in a relaxing state? That might be something that helps you, you know, decompress and things like that. You can put your struggles into your art, you know. Definitely giving like alchemy and transmutation. And we did see the alchemist card show up too. Anchor, security, right? Sense of security. 5005. So we're getting that 10 energy again. Yeah. As you're releasing, right, the toxicities. Yeah. Removing those obstacles out of your life. Not staying confined in those circumstances anymore. I heard over and out. Over and out. Target. Yeah. You desire for a certain outcome and you're pursuing that. It's imperative that you do. 9 people and 11 likes right now. 9/11. It's important. This is pivotal that you do this for yourself now. Because you've been brokenhearted. You've been disappointed. You've been through the ups and downs already as you go on this quest, this journey. Will there be some fears and anxieties along the way? Absolutely. There always is. 5115. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm done. Over it. I'm done. In Living Color, yo. Their skits always got me. 2 snaps and I swear. I love them. Oh my god. They're supposed to be doing like a reboot, but I don't think it's gonna have like the original people. I don't think it's gonna be that great. There's not enough great comedians like them. Like they literally stood the test of time. Like you could watch those In Living Color skits and still like laugh your ass off. Even the Michael Jackson ones, bro. Like now y'all know I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, but like when they did the black or white one, oh my god. I'm just like, I still laugh at it. I'm sorry. You can call me a bad fan, no pun intended, if you want to, but no, like literally, I still laugh at those skits because they were fucking funny. They were fucking funny. Or when they made fun of so many people. Vanilla Ice, that's one of my, yes. Tommy Davidson's fucking hilarious. He's still funny as hell even now. Another one, Jim Carrey doing Vanilla Ice. So very white baby. Like kicks off his sneaker and it flies. Stop while I do up my laces, and he's like pump and it goes like that. Shit's so fucking funny. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but I love a good skit. I love good skits. Oh my god. They made fun of freaking the sister Kim, right? Her name is Kim, I believe. When she did Crystal Waters. Now I'm homeless, I'm homeless. That shit, la da dee. Or she was like, yabba dabba doo. That shit, oh my god. Because you're mindless, you're very mindless. Yo, that shit. Oh yes, when she did the Tracy Chapman one too. I got a pass. That shit. Oh my god. Yep, hilarious. And she's just looking out her window and shit, and just like laughing at everything. Yo. Oh man, I might have to watch some of those damn skits. Oh man, I love them. Fire Marshal Bill. Yeah, I could keep going. I grew up on that, and that shit was hilarious. But let me get back to the reading. Y'all know I am. I be going off the rails a little bit. We have Bear here. Remember we saw the Bear card in the second deck we started reading from, which is about protection. So we got that sense of protection again. You are protected. Okay. Let me show you something. Oh my god, I'm done. I can't. Yeah, you're freeing yourself. Go ahead and free yourself. And you're protected along the way. I'm getting like, I heard Why the Cage Bird Sings type of vibes. And remember, we're talking about like poetry and stuff like that, and artistry. Maya Angelou. Some of you guys might be a fan. Ren, cut it out. Yeah, removing yourself from the toxicity. Remember I said when I looked up, we saw 9/11, 911, right? Emergency. I was like, this is important. This message is important. It's an emergency. Like, they're like, this is urgent information for you to be able to work on yourself and not feel guilty about it. Because I'm just trying to put things down. Why are things just falling down like that? Yeah, you hear her, right? She needs to calm her little butt down. Yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo. Oh my god, that's one of my favorite ones. This is so funny. It's so funny. For those of you, if you know, you know. And Living Color was the shit back in the day. So funny. Then you got the Fly Girls too, the dancers. They used to kill it. Jennifer Lopez was one of them. That's how she got her start. And then Sean Fine Ass on the ones and twos as the DJ. Oh my god. He still look good as hell. I will say that's a good looking family right there. I always had to think for Sean. But as I get older, I'm looking at Marlon like, okay, wait a minute, Marlon. Because he's always like the goofy one, so like you don't look at him like that. But like now that he like, you know, he's, you know, getting older, he's so distinguished looking, and that's a fine motherfucker right there. Just saying. All right, so we have Page of Wands here. um, Communication is what I'm getting. Good news. Man, cut it out. We had that stork card that showed up earlier too. I was picking up on this energy of like you're getting good news dropped on you by the Most High. Okay, sorry guys, I have to go grab my grab my cat. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about her. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to get this crazy girl acting like a damn fool. But yeah. Very interesting. Blessings. Wow. Oh yeah, Damon is hot too. Like I said, they're all good looking. It's a good looking family. Um, and then who's it? Is it Damon? Yeah, I think it's Damon. His son. Woo, that I think he's like closer to my age. He's kind of hot. We have Six of Pentacles here on the top. Balance, right? Generosity, equal give and take. Yeah, Five of cups in the middle of the deck. So what I'm getting here is like there's this energy, and we did talk about like that sadness you might feel, you know, moving forward, because it's like, you know, you might kind of dwell upon it, or you know, have regrets or something. Like maybe the regret, to be honest with you, could be the fact that, you know, you've put so much energy into all these other situations and people for so long, and you know, trying to satisfy everybody, being a people pleaser, and it's like, no, you can't do that for too long. You know, it's like the jig is up. You can't, you know, you can't do that for too long. Let's do a little, keep it simple, because we have all these oracle cards. So we really already got like the gist of where this is going. But we could do like a little 3-card spread. Keep it simple. With the tarot. Unless spirit guides me to read otherwise. Let's see. Um, Recent past, or just past energy in general. Past energy. The Empress is here for the past energy. Interesting. Let's look at the surrounding energy before we make any. So, what I'm getting here is, wow, look at all these major arcana. So we have the Empress, the Sun is on the bottom of the deck. Middle of the deck is the Moon, and then the top we have Ten of Swords. So there's this ending, right? I do kind of want to clarify, and it's interesting too, because like literally the Sun and the Moon, they're like opposing energies. Um, I'm getting like a realization, right, after a period of things being hidden from you or not seeing things clearly enough to make some finalized decisions when it comes to your happiness. For some of you, I am picking up on possible mother wounds, because we did pick up on just in general parents, especially a dad. But now I'm getting possibly my brother's making popcorn. Yeah, so I'm getting that. Um, but for others of you, it could just be your sense of your own growth. Tell us more about this Empress. Like I said, it's going to look different for everybody. So just, take the messages as they resonate. Leave the rest behind. Ace of Pentacles. So I am getting that this is probably you guys leveling up. But like I said, for somebody, there is a mother wound that still exists as well. Ooh, look at this. You guys are definitely about to transmute. We got this Ace of Wands, using that creative spark to create revenue and things like that. Again, there could be that little bit of like fear or anxiety that's attached to it, but you got this. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not going to happen overnight, but there are great things coming towards you. The Sun is here underneath that Ace of Wands. Some of you guys might have a lot of fire in your chart. Ooh, 6 of Wands underneath that. Jeez. 7 of Pentacles. It's time to invest in yourself. That burden has been too heavy. You've been carrying it too long. What's the current energy, Spirit? Thank you. Truth, baby. Breakthrough energy. You're breaking through. So we saw if that's the case, we saw almost all of the aces popped up in, some capacity. The only way we haven't seen yet is the Ace of Cups. But, yeah, breakthrough energy. I like this. We got aces here. We've got major arcana showing up. This is huge. Yeah, you're protecting your peace. Wow. Yeah. You might even still be having some anxieties and stuff, surrounding all of this. But you are going through a breakthrough. Hey, Soul of a Man, aka Demond, what's up, my dude? My brother over here. Check him out. Soul of a Man. He is another amazing, he's not even a reader, guys. I mean, he can read cards too, but he's a channeled messenger. Like, he doesn't need any tools or anything. I'm just like, how does he do that? I'm not quite there. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but like, I do enjoy using the cards as a tool, and just kind of as like a little bit of like something like tangible, I guess we'd say, when it comes to showing you guys the message. I could sit there until I'm blue in the face and say all this stuff. You'll be like, yawn, I don't care. But when you have the cards, for some reason, you know what I mean? But his delivery style is what makes you stay stuck. Like, okay, wait a minute, what? First off, how'd you read me like that? How'd you read me like that? How'd you know my story that well? So check my boy out, okay? And I am doing pretty good. I rested the majority of today, which is nice. Still a little bit tired for some reason. I'm not sure why. And I shouldn't be tired. I'm on break. But no, I know why I'm tired. Because I've been like waking up in the middle of the night. Insomnia. Had that for years. But I feel like every time I'm on breaks, I go through this every single time. And it's really fucking annoying. Because I'm like, I just want to sleep, man. Why can't just sleep in? Like, my body just doesn't let me. So, it is what it is. But that's been happening forever. So I gotta get back into a groove and a routine before I go back to work next week. But anywho, yeah, we have the 3 of Wands here in the middle of the deck. So yeah, it's like you're branching off. You're doing something different. Yeah, protect your peace and don't let this cause a rift within yourself. That anxiety and stuff. It's natural to feel that way, but like don't let it consume you. Don't lose sleep over it, because at the end of the day, you're doing something that you're literally being guided to do for yourself and not for everybody else, for a change. That's what I'm getting. it. What the hell? Blessings. Dropping tea over here. Not drop to not spill but drop it. What the fuck? Alright, tell us more. What is the likely outcome? That's funny because I brought out all these decks saying to myself, I'm probably not gonna read from all these. Looks like I might. We have the lovers. So there is, major choices, right? Coming through. Major choices and life decisions coming through. Yeah, when it comes to your independence. We talked about independence before. Sovereignty is what I'm getting. And again, a lot of anxiety attached to it. But just, yeah, don't let, it's time to nurture yourself. It's time to pour into yourself. It's time to, recognize and understand who you are, right? As you, allow yourself to finally shine the way that you deserve to shine. Whatever that looks like. Because, again, we have these different narratives. The major ones that we've seen throughout this reading. But there's other things that, might resonate with you. We've seen the idea of being stifled when it comes to your creativity and wanting to do something that's not very, practical for career choices. And then the other thing we were picking up on is people who wanted to explore a little bit like mysticism and confirmation, mysticism and whatnot when it comes to belief systems and stuff like that from a young age, mind you. Questioning everything. You get like little philosophers, but why? Yeah, your parents are just like, it's just the way it is. And it's like, if you can't really provide me with a little bit deeper of an answer, then confirmation again that it just is, like it just is. Like you just don't have an answer for me, and now I don't really care to hear what you have to say because you had to provide me with something, Tell me something good. Tell me, baby. Tell me that you like it. Yeah, yeah. Somebody might be a Shaka Khan fan. Rufus. I like it. I like it. Oh, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me that. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. You ain't got no kind of feeling inside. One more card from here. What we got? What we got? That one's like, it went. Tailspin, I just heard. Terrifying, yep. Your belief systems are crashing to the fucking ground. Everything you thought you knew is coming tumbling the fuck down. And we talked about that tower energy too earlier, right? Like, it's like, if you've been watching it from the beginning, you've heard me talk about it. If you came in a little bit later, we did discuss that. Like, everything you thought you knew is coming apart at the seams. It's coming apart. But the thing is, it's going to allow you to come together with the right people, your soul tribe, right? People who have, I'm getting like-minded individual kind of thing, like people who are a part of, yeah, you're gonna unite with the people who you're meant to, as you're also in the process, kind of shaking away from the things that you learned as a child. Yep. And that's going to take some courage and some strength to do. But Spirit is saying the fact that I asked for one more card from here and this one was the one and it went literally did a nosedive onto the fucking floor. I'm like, that's wild. Alright, so I am going to read now from, there's 2 more decks after this that I feel drawn to, and I'm going to read from both. But yes, the next one is the Inner Temple. So let's see what Spirit has to say there. I felt really drawn to it for some reason. Like I said, all these, and I didn't even think that this would make any sense, to be completely honest with you, but the fact that Spirit had a whole another thing in mind, because I'm looking at my decks and I'm just like, okay, this one? Okay. And I'm looking at the decks, I'm like, these all go together. Like, okay, but if you say so. But look at the message, right? The message came out very, very cohesive. Wasn't expecting that. All right, so chamber of surrender and chamber of transformation. You allow yourself to surrender. That major transformation happens in the process. Come on now, Spirit. But yeah, the inner temple deck. I love this deck. It's very intuitive. There is a guidebook, but it's also very intuitive, and I like decks like that where, I can gather my own interpretations as I read, as a intuitive reader. Every once in a while, I'd be like, "Ooh, let's see what the book says." But yeah, I typically either I go over the guidebooks and memorize what the cards mean on my own accord, which could take a lot of time sometimes, or I just read them intuitively. A little bit of both sometimes, depending how much information I have to retain. Because I always want to, also respect the authors that made them and what their intentions were for each card too. The darkest night. This is like dark night of the soul energy here. Dark night of the soul, and it's a dark and lonely place. I did happen to look up and I saw 1111, and well, 11 all across the board, ones all across the board, sensuality. Wow, what's that about? Spirit, you're funny for this one. This is not even about the reading itself. This is a separate message. Some of you guys might need to get off Prince voice. I'm getting self pleasure for someone. Spirit said it, not me. If you're a woman, you might need to bring out Rose, dust that bad boy off if you haven't used her in a while. And we're gonna end that prototype thing. Look at that though. Look, feminine and masculine energy, stepping into your divine feminine and divine masculine. I mean, I will say this. Part of self, discovery and stuff is being in tune with your sensuality. I'm just saying. So Spirit wants to say something about that. It seems very, very off center when it comes to the rest of this reading, but hey, Spirit wanted to say it, so I'm gonna go with it. Be like that sometimes. Chamber of manifestation. You guys are manifesting. And remember, we did talk about this energy of like transmutation and all of that. Using your ability to create and things like that. Mysticism, we talked about that earlier. Like, these are all things that you can use to be able to kind of manifest the things that it is that you would like to bring into your life. Golden egg here. I'm seeing the golden egg, giving birth to something. Creation. You're a creator. Chamber of healing. As you learn how to, manifest these things and transmute, you get to also heal in the process. And remember, I did mention very early on, especially those of you who are creatives, I was picking up on this energy of, taking your pain and being able to transmute it into something really beautiful through poetry and different forms of writing and your arts, whatever that may entail, or just some type of creative venture in general. The masks we wear, yeah, letting that mask go. No more faking the funk for other people. That shit's done. That shit's dead. Y'all not doing that no more. Two more from your Spirit. You guys aren't doing that anymore. I swear to God, this fucking reading the better goddamn post, unlike the one from the other day, because I'm gonna fucking cry. Now I probably won't use YouTube for a while. Just saying. That, or I'm gonna do super short fucking videos so that I'm not investing, hours into my stuff for them to fucking not post it and just delete it on their own. Create some space. Again, creating, I'm getting like decluttering too. When you remove things from your life that no longer serve. We talked about surrendering, right? Letting go. Create that space to be able to welcome in the things that you want to manifest. What's on the bottom of the deck? Chamber of surrender again. You can't make it up, even if you wanted to. Look how thick this damn deck is. There's no way that these cards just come up like that. Yep, let go. This is eerie. Even when this happens, like in a reading for me, I get a little like, what the fuck? It's time to let go because you've been holding on to things that no longer serve you. It's time to let that shit go. What the fuck? Dark night of the soul. I heard the word all-encompassing. It's going to look different in different people's lives, but the main thing is just, you know, those things that no longer serve, understanding that they have to be released, letting them go. In this case, big part, value systems and people pleasing. Wow. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. Unhookable, yeah. You can't be stopped. Nothing can hold you down, as my girl Lati was talking about in her reading earlier. Nothing can hold you down or hold you back other than yourself at this point. You've removed that hook as you work on this transformation. You can't make it up. Soul retrieval, calling back your power, reclaiming it. As you go through this dark night of the soul. Damn, Spirit. What the fuck? This was a good reading. I swear to God. I'm fucking so fucking mad. These motherfuckers fucking my reading again. Alright, guys. So we're going to pull from this deck and then one more deck after this. So this is the Hard Truths deck. And then after that, we're going to get some messages from the Divine Masters, right? Those who are part of our soul team, to help us with some last messages to help guide us along the way. All right, so crazy thing is this. Bottom of the deck, before I do any shuffling, we do have Spirit of Change. And we know change has been a factor throughout this reading. Fear of the unknown is stifling your transformation and blocking your path. Growth happens within discomfort. Take a breath and keep on moving. Yeah, let go of the shame. You know, that shame and guilt. There's a guilt card in this deck as well. But yeah, letting go of that. Yep, look, shadow side. It's giving shadow work. You know, doing that shadow work to remove, or at least you know, do that transmutation, right? Because there's nothing wrong with our shadow. Our shadow in and of itself is not inherently bad. It's just how we utilize that shadow, because it stems from somewhere, right? In this case, a lot of times it's from social conditioning. As we learn, right? We're growing up and we learn all these different things, and we have to learn how to let these things go, right? Because they don't always serve us. If it doesn't sit well with you, it has to, you know, you have to reevaluate it and let it go. Ren, I see you. We're not doing that. As soon as I did say her name, she stopped right in her tracks. She knows. No. Support on the bottom after I stop shuffling. Sometimes it's necessary to ask for help, and that's okay. Accept assistance when offered. You don't have to do it alone. Yes, there are going to be parts of this journey that are going to feel very lonesome, but when you have the right people in your corner, that spirit team, that soul tribe that we talked about, that family you're starting to build, when you start to come across the right people on your journey and on the path, they help you along the way. Okay, let's get like 3 cards from here. Like I said, we're going to read from one more deck after this to close out. Lack of accountability is here. It says blaming external factors or other people for your problems is preventing you from taking constructive actions. Own your role to begin resolving your dilemma. So it is important through this process, right? This is something that you guys might be learning. That accountability is important because we can't put everything on everybody else, right? It might be one of the foundational things, but what we do with that is our business. How we rebuild is our business. So, you know, if you're noticing and you have seen, okay, there are these situations or people in my life that thought patterns and whatever, right? All these different things that no longer serve. You know it doesn't, right? So why are you holding on to it? That part's you. That's all on you. You can't blame anybody for that part. that's on you. So, giving me wake-up call vibes. It's a wake-up call. Yeah. External influences. Outside factors are heavily influencing your decisions. Consider who has your ear and ensure your choices are in line with your highest potential. So while yes, there are external factors that kind of contribute to where you are right now, obviously, especially stuff that stems very far back, you still have to take accountability with how you behave and how you handle it. There's people who say stuff like, "Oh yeah, well, I have mommy or daddy issues because of this, and that," and then they mistreat people in romantic relationships. Well, and then say, "Well, you're not understanding me. You're not hearing what I have to say because I wasn't treated well as a child." Okay, so you have mommy and daddy issues. That has nothing to do with me. That does not mean you can treat me like shit in a romantic relationship because you're fearful and all this bullshit. That has nothing to do with me. What are you gonna do about it? People will use that type of stuff to gaslight you and make you stay in relationships and stuff and treat you like crap just because, like, oh yeah, I hate my mom, so I'm not the best with treating women right. Not my problem. I had bad issues with my father, so now I seek out attention from men. Not my problem either. Like, come on now, what the fuck? Because it happens to men and women, right? It's not, it's not exclusive to just like, as a woman, I can resonate with the idea of it being like, one of those things where I've dated men who had mommy issues and they mistreated women because of that, or they sought out a mom in their partner, me, again, not okay, right? Neither one of those things are okay. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, not my problem. Not my monkey, not my circus. Like, figure your shit out before you go trying to drag me into your nonsense, right? Come into this relationship or dating world at least somewhat healed, working on yourself, because you're just dragging all your bullshit and baggage into every relationship you have. That's just an example, right? Like, we're just talking about romance there. Like this is stuff that happens all across the board. We can't let, excuse me, heard the word exclusive. We can't let external influences keep us off of our path, especially when we're allowing it to cause a lack of accountability. Nah, because that's what's causing reckless behaviors and doing stupid shit. No, thank you. Yeah, if it's unaligned, it must go. Can't play that game. Yeah, blind spots. Letting those things tear you and you don't see what's coming from left and right. Yeah, nah. Not seeing the truth about your circumstances because you stay stuck in the shit because you're not taking accountability. Can't do that. One more card from here, Spirit. Closed doors. Time to close that shit out. Close it out. It's done. It's dead. This path is blocked with needless complications for a reason. Respect the redirection and focus on something new or unforgotten that will lead you into better alignment. So we saw unaligned, and now we have this energy. And there is actually an aligned card in this deck. Victim mentality. You're not a victim. You're a victor. Get out of your head. Get out of that. Because that's what will keep you feeling like you don't have to have accountability for anything in your life. Yep, you'll drain your own energy doing that bullshit. Absolutely not. I almost support that on this channel. We're not going to sit here and blame everything on everybody else and not take accountability for our own shit. Absolutely not. Not on here. Yep. It'll always feel like the wrong time if you keep the same bullshit in your life. Everything's always going to be off kilter, off center. I feel drawn to one more card from here. I feel like a mother chiding a child right now, so I apologize if I'm coming off a little aggressive. But Spirit is like kind of, I'm giving you guys like a little bit of a spiritual ass whipping through them, where they're giving it through me, I should say. Risk versus reward. The risks outweigh the potential rewards. Be realistic when weighing the pros and the cons. Ask yourself if staying in these circumstances with these situations and these people, does it actually help you, or does it keep you blocked? If the answer is it's causing you a blockage, it has to go. Because it's time to persevere through all the bullshit. Yeah, because again, it'll just keep on feeling like it's just the wrong time all the time. Because you got all this shit stuck in your lap, in your life. Sitting on your lap, just weighing you down. Yeah. Don't misinterpret this path where you're headed. You're going a certain way for a reason. Time to release, time to let go. And it's crazy because, like, we think of family and those dynamics and stuff, and beliefs and all that, how we grew up. Like, how many times do you hear people say, oh, well, that's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. We're breaking curses, guys. We're breaking generational curses. There are things that we were brought up doing or whatever, or taught, that we're now learning we're not cool, not okay. And this is an important topic because we have to break those chains. Gotta break the chains. Can't stay there anymore. It's done. Yeah, healing. We have Green Terra, Healing Light, and I talk about this every time I talk about this card. Those of you who know, you already know what I'm going to say. It says wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. And what do I always say, guys? Healing is not linear. I say it every time. Hilarion. Divine emergence. Be seen. Let the world know your gifts. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation, because we were talking about you guys having different types of gifts, different talents that you're meant to, allow yourself to show off. It's time. And it's okay. Like, other people are not going to always like it, and that's fine. But it's about what feels good and sits well in your soul and your spirit. We're all put here for different purposes. And I can promise you that purpose is not to sit there and satisfy our family all the time. Just saying. Just saying. We have Sana Kumara here. It says, open channel. Signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. I did earlier say I was picking up on some of you guys might be getting like downloads lately from spirit, and it's helping like push your creative ventures. Like your ideas are just flowing through you is what I'm getting. Keep that crown chakra open so you can receive those downloads, confirmation. The blue light beings, light transmission. Wounds healed. Healed what? Wounds healed. Why did I say it like that? Healed what? Wounds healed. Important information and charging up. This one's sticking out to me really strong. We definitely were talking about like, healing wounds, and we were also talking about like this important stuff that's happening right now, and it's like pivotal. Very interesting. Rama and Sita, holy union, soulmate connection, romantic opportunity, question mark, what? Maybe, as you're working on yourself, you might become aligned with somebody who's a soulmate, question mark. Or even if it's not romantically speaking, it could just be like, again, we talked about like soul tribes and stuff like that, your soul family. Let's get 3 cards from here to close out, Spirit. So it could be something along those lines as well. We really didn't pick up on love too much in here, like romance. It's really been like mostly like family oriented, I feel like, throughout this reading. We have Bridget here. It says inner fire. Yes, we saw a bunch of fire energy earlier. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. Nice. Some confirmations there. 2 more, Spirit. When you give me exactly the cards I asked for, I'm going to be reading them. One more, right? So, we have Jesus here, acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. So, being able to, serve the higher power in your capacity, doing great things in this world, not because of the fact that you're going to get something out of it. Maybe that's, I'm getting a message. Listen, if you grew up in a religious background, raise his hand. Oh yeah, you got to do all these good things so that good things come to you, and so you could go to heaven and blah blah blah. Like, why don't we just do good things just because we want to do, good things, right? No, there's no list right now. I didn't have the energy for that today, but yeah, this is just a collective right now demand. But yes, yeah, just do good things just because you want to do good things. Like, there shouldn't be ulterior motive. You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem. That's part of the reason why I can't do. I'm not judging people who are religious or anything or who go to church. I'm not. I promise you, that's not my goal here. But I will say this personally, just based on my own personal experiences and what I've witnessed, my own anecdotal evidence. um, I just feel like a lot of the people who I was surrounded by in the church from a very young age, there was always an ulterior motive. I always saw people, like, we're all hypocrites to an extent. Let's just be honest, right? None of us are perfect. We're all sinners, blah, 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 right? But I just can't do the holier than thou people who, like, they go doing crazy shit during the week and then they go to church, and then as soon as they get out of church they're doing the same shit. I've literally witnessed people doing coke and all kind of shit. They go to church high as fuck during the sermon, and leave, go and drink and get high some more. I've seen it, literally. And then they have a nerve to tell me, oh, I'm trying to save your soul, talking to me, because I'm a sinner, because I stopped going to church. Make that make sense. Like, no, there's no hierarchy in this shit. But what I'm not going to sit here and let you do is sit here and judge me because I just stopped going to church because I just don't feel comfortable going to church anymore. But I see you, I literally am seeing you doing these things. And then when I question you on that, you say something to me like, oh yeah, but at least I'm going to church, so I wipe the slate clean every week. What? No, I'm sorry. I can't get jiggy with that. And that's the mindset of a lot of people within the church. Or I've been to churches where they just want your money more than once. Where I remember my poor mother raising, me and my brothers by herself after my parents split up. Love you, Dad, but truth is the truth. Doing it by herself, and we were still going to church or whatever, and like, there were, obviously there's tides and all these special events and stuff, so it was like a week or whatever for the pastor's birthday, and all the members were expected to go every day. Like, there was like something different going on every day during that week. And my mom, she gave literally pretty much all of her money. Any money that she had freed up that didn't go to the bills went to the pastor. And then there was I think it was on the second to last day of that week or something like that. They called it like an abundant offering or whatever, for the pastor or whatever for her birthday. Oh, for those of you who give another offering, you'll get a special pin, and if you don't get a special pin, then that lets people know that you didn't give money. My mother literally gave money every single day that week up until that point because she didn't have anything left to give. And that's when I think it hit her, like, this is not the church for me. And she cried about it because she's like, I've been going to this church for years and I feel swindled. I'm sorry, I don't judge people who go to church. That's your own business, whatever you want to do. Because I know not every church is like that. But I feel like my relationship with the Most High, it's my own sacred relationship with it. I'm going to say it because it's not a him. It. That's all that matters to me. I pray every day. I try to do good things every day. Not because I want anything good to happen in my life, but because if it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? I see somebody struggling and I have the means to help them, I'm going to help them. Someone's homeless on the street and I know I have a few dollars, I'll go, instead of giving, if I know they're an addict or something, this is not judgment, it's just being honest. Like, I'd rather give them food than money because I know what they're going to do with the money because I've seen it. They'll forget all about you too. Be like, oh yeah, can you give me some money? I'm like, I just gave you $5. Know what they were doing with that. You know what I mean? Again, it's not a judgment. It's an observation difference. So I'd rather give you money. Food or clothes or something from my house that I'm not wearing than to give you money because I don't know what you're gonna do with it. That's a whole different conversation. But Spirit wanted me to bring that up for some reason. So acts of service, like, and being in this Jesus like state, it has nothing to do with, doing it for religious purposes. It's about doing it because it's the right thing to do. And inherently, we all should have that within us. There shouldn't be a book that tells us how to be good people. There's not a religion that should tell us how to be good people. We should just be good people. El Moria, spiritual force field. Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. Those came out together. At the end of the day, the Most High sees everything you're doing. And they know your intent too. Ask yourself, why do you do the things that you do? Is it because of what you were taught, or is it because you just know inherently that you want to be a good person? Exactly. Exactly, Lati. Exactly. First off, he was a Jew. And the fact that that's always like glossed over, you know what I mean? He was a Jew. And it's like his own people killed him. And it's like, but like his value systems and his beliefs, though, that part, they don't even want to talk about that. Like, I remember, God rest your soul, Jamie, I love you, I'm just being honest. Me and my best friend of a long time, we got into a huge heated debate because she wanted me to going back to church. And I said, I'm not going back to church, Jamie. It's not happening. And she was like, oh, well, I'm just trying to save your soul. And I looked at her and I'm just like, with all the stuff that I know or knew or whatever, and I never judged her on it. But don't sit there and try to judge me because I don't go to church. When I see the shit that you do, I know you. Like, I know the things that you do. I've seen other things too. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like, and we got into a debate, and I said to her, I was like, you do realize that, for instance, Jesus, who you claim to worship and all this, he was a Jew, right? So I asked her, I specifically said, me understanding theologies and things like that, I specifically asked her, I was like, so let's bring this up. Knowing the root of where Christianity came from, she considered herself a Christian. Knowing the root of where Christianity comes from, do you think that you're better than people who practice those other religions just because you're a Christian? And she said yes. I was like, okay, wow, this conversation's done. I had to leave because I was getting really livid. And yeah, the whole trying to say, oh, I want to save your soul. Are you kidding me right now? I was, and like I said, I love her. She passed away, how many years has it been now? 5 years, going on 5 years. Loved her to death. I really did. We were friends since, middle school. And she passed away at, 35 years old. She was young. But the point is, it's like, the fact that she really said that out of her mouth, I was baffled because I'm like, this is somebody who, that was my road dog, my ride or die for years. So it's like, I'm like, you really think that? And you think that of me, that you think that low of me, knowing that I'm not like an inherently bad person. You know what I mean? Am I perfect? No. I'm a sinner just like the rest of us are. But at the end of the day, like, to sit there and say that, like, you really think you're better than me just because you go to church? Really? Wow. You know what I mean? Like, I was very baffled by that. Love her to death. Love her. Like I said, God rest her soul. And she had her demons or her battles or whatever, as we all do. But again, not inherently a bad person, but it's that mindset that some people have when they are religious. They really do think that they're better than the next person, and it's like you're not. Or just because you don't have the same, you don't have the same religious background as them, as if all of them aren't connected, right? So stuff like that, you know. God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. God knows everything. Our true intentions, all of that. The good, bad, and the ugly. So, for some reason, Spirit wanted me to put a lot of emphasis on that. So just remember that. It ain't got shit to do with religion. It's about who you are intrinsically. That's what Spirit wanted me to say. Syrupy Bay, paradigm shift, activation to grow, make the necessary change. Make that change, baby. Make that change. And there are going to be changes that are going to be uncomfortable. We did talk about, fear of change in the other deck. So there are fears of change here when you're on this path, but just make sure you're doing the right thing for the right doing the right things for the right reasons, not because there's like this reward, but because it's just the right thing to do. Mary Magdalene is here. Wasn't she a prostitute? So they say. I don't know how true that is, right? Because they like to shift things around and remove things. But how funny is that? And remember earlier I was like, I don't know where they're going with this. Everything's connecting, right? But what does it say? Sacred vessel. You are the answer. And I said that. I was like, the answer is already within you. It's all within you. Be guided to your purpose. Wow. Whew. Lady Venus. Light activation. Call to action. Power surge. Earth mission. You're being called to action. It's time. The time is now. There is a shift happening. And it's because of the fact that you're releasing all of that bullshit that you were taught. And you're going to, I heard the word indoctrinate. Like you're going to be doing things a whole different way, but still serving the Most High in some really powerful manner. Wow. We have Horus here. Manifestation vortex. And we talked about manifestation earlier. Belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. Definitely a part of this creation, right? I love that. You're creating a whole new version of yourself based off of the knowledge that you've been obtaining, and now you get to turn it into a new thing that is all about how you present in this earth, in this world. And this is a way to also still help other people in the process through your art, through your voice, whatever the case is. Transmutation is the big thing right now. And as long as you're doing it with a pure heart, no ulterior motives, the Most High knows and recognizes it. And they will guide you along the way. And again, there's nothing wrong with inherently being, if you're religious, you're religious. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, not because it's fear-based. That's a big thing for me. Oh, I have to do this, and that, because if I don't, I'm going to go to hell. Like, how about you just do it because you know it's the right thing to do? I'll never understand that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, that's just me. Like, you get no judgment, but yeah, for myself, I do things just because I know it's the right thing to do. Not because I feel like, oh, if I do this, I'm going to get rewarded. Like, no, it's the right thing to do as a human. Let's do things for each other, Now I sound like a hippie, you know what I mean? Let's just be there for each other, support each other, I like to volunteer because it just feels like the right thing to do sometimes, I donate stuff all the time because it feels like the right thing to do. Again, if I see somebody on the street, homeless or anything like that, and I'm like, whoa, they look down bad, especially veterans. That gets me every time. Veterans, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll even go back to where they are. I'll circle back, like, okay, I don't have anything on me right now. I'll go back and be like, ooh, I'm gonna help them with something, give them some food or some clothes or whatever. Yeah. Maybe it's just the the Mary Edie in me, my nana. I talk about her on here all the time. You know, she's a social worker and a counselor, so she used to do a lot of volunteer work and was constantly doing things to help other people. It was just what she felt was her calling. And you know, when she passed away, my auntie, she was like, "You're going back to school." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do social work too." And I went to school for it. I just didn't, you know, I didn't ultimately end up doing it. I'm in special education now, and it's very rewarding because I get to see my students, you know, prospering, and I get to see, you know, their parents feeling a sense of relief because they struggled finding a good placement for their child, you know, and then they're like, wow, I want my kid to stay here for like forever, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, is there still a sense of ego there? Obviously, you know, because it feels good, right? It does feel good, but it's still something I do because I feel called by the Most High to do it. So, and even with what I do here with these cards, like some might say, "Oh, you're, you know, doing the devil's work." I'm like, I guarantee that there's at least one person that's watching right now, or who will watch, who's getting a message from this reading, and is going to actually help them and help other people. So, if that's the devil's work, then by all means, but I highly doubt it. There are prophets and shit in the Bible all over the place. People with psychic abilities all over the place. Like, come on now. But that's a whole different conversation. We're not gonna get too deep into theology. Maybe one day we'll dive in there. Maybe I'll do it with Lati. But anywho, all right, guys. That's the end of the reading, though. This was a good one. I did not expect it to go as long as it did either, but I enjoyed delivering this message. It fucking better post. I swear to God, YouTube, you better get your shit together. But yeah, with all that said, I greatly appreciate you guys, and I do hope that you guys got something out of this reading, because this was definitely, it hit. It was meaningful, and I didn't know where it was going, because like I said, I'm being called by spirit to pull these cards, like the different decks I pulled. I'm like, none of these are related to each other. I have no idea how this is gonna go. You know what I mean? Usually, like, there's like a, you know, like they make sense, like going together is cohesive, right? Good night, Aya, aka Veronica. Love you, sister. Love you, love you, love you. I appreciate you for being here. Um, Check my girl out, by the way. Um, but yeah, I didn't know where this was gonna go, but there was definitely cohesiveness here, and I do hope that this message reached the right audience. So with all that said, if you're new to the channel and haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, hit the notification bell too, so you know when I'm on, because yeah, just do it. No. Especially like if I do the free readings and stuff like that, you want to be a part of that, right? So, you know, I don't do it as often as my girls do, but but when I do, you know, I put my whole heart into it, just like they do, just not as often. So Aya does them, and my girl Lati from Tears and Wheat does it as well. So yeah, check my girls out. Intuitive Interactions, check her out too. You have to scroll a little bit further back to see her, but yep, she was in the building as well. But yes, until next time, my lovies, you guys have a great rest of your night. You never know, I might pop in tomorrow after work. I highly doubt it. I'm usually really tired on Sunday nights, but you never know, I might. So until next time, my lovies, you guys have an awesome and nice rest of your evening and weekend. And I'll see you guys. Bye. And the shit better post, YouTubers. We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight it out. All right, guys. Love you.